Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. Never a dull moment in town. Yesterday we had some high drama. I'm down here on Pattaya Thai to kind of walk through that high drama. It involves a motorbike being seized or taken or impounded, I think probably is the correct word. There's a couple different reasons a motorbike might be impounded. A lot of times it's incident to an apprehension or an arrest. Let's say, for example, a drunk driving or some driving while intoxicated or whatever. If you're deemed unfit to continue riding or driving that vehicle, you'll get a free ride to the police station, but your bike will get a not-so-free ride to the impound lot. But yesterday what happened, that's not at all what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a parking infringement, a parking violation. I'm down here on Pattaya Thai, right by the Temple Market. There's a bunch of gold shops here. We've been here lots of times. It's a very active block or couple blocks here. And a couple of weeks ago, they've changed the parking scheme. On even days, you can park on the side, basically the westbound side. Pattaya Thai runs east and west. The westbound side, right in front of the gold shops, the Temple Market, all that. On odd days, you can park on this other side, right here by the Texas Chicken, the Domino's Pizza, that side, or the eastbound side. So you kind of got to know what the date is. So yesterday was the first, an odd number, which means you have to park on the eastbound side. Parking on the westbound side is verboten. So Lan came back yesterday. She was doing some routine shopping down here at Pattaya Beauty right across the street for some supplies. And she came out of the store. She had parked on the inappropriate side for the given date, and the bike was being impounded. So today she's going to kind of walk us through. She came back in hysterics yesterday, mouth running mile a minute. After the smoke cleared, I was able to interview her more in, let's say, a Joe Friday-esque type manner and get just the facts. So we've drilled it down just to that. We're going to go through the process from the place of the infraction to getting your bike back and what all that costs. And the first thing that you have to pay is right here. So that's right here, Soi 9, the main police station in town. Now, there are basically three things you're going to have to pay for here. I alluded to this being the first one. That's technically incorrect, because one of the first things you're going to have to pay for is transportation to get here. Remember, if your bike or your vehicle has been impounded or seized, well, that only leaves Shoe Leather Express. So let's add this all up. Lan took a motorbike taxi here from Pattaya Thai to the main police station here on Beach Road, and that was 80 baht. We'll add all this up at the end. We'll see what it is. So technically, that's the first thing you're going to have to pay for, maybe as a taxi or some kind of public transportation to get here. Once you arrive, she got off of her 80 baht moto taxi, went inside, and there she can pay the fine or the fee, which was 500 baht. We'll put that over here into the kitty as well. That is basically for the parking infraction, the way I understand it. So you pay the 500 baht. They will give you a piece of paper. I have it right here. It's quite a substantial receipt. It's not handwritten. It's in typeface, and this is your proof of payment, so you can prove you've paid. And also, you'll need to present this at the very next location we're going to go to, which is the impound lot. Here again, before you can go there, another moto taxi. So anyway, let's get on down the road to there, because that's where you'll finally get your bike back.
All right, as just a quick point of order, I couldn't help but notice, and maybe you saw in the background during that segment, this whole beautification effort going on here. Now, part of this is the street. They've already redone the street. You can see that fresh layer of asphalt back there, but they're also redoing the whole walking path here. Look at this. They're laying these pavers down. It looks like it's going to be nice and level, and they're making quick work of that. So maybe that'll be all ready for high season when all the flood of tourists come back. We bought some of these baked goods from this guy here. These were pretty good. We just took a little break here by the beach and enjoyed it for a moment. But it was time to get back on the bike because we had a little bit of some distance to cover. There's a good look at the freshly paved beach road. But we've got to go down to Soi Kopai. Soi Kopai. This is what you're looking for here. Soi 9-3. It's a little alley, very easy to miss, but that's what the sign looks like. And this alley, I call it an alley because basically it's a dead-end road, and it dead ends at the impound lot. You can see it back there. It just ends there, right there at the gate, and this fence to our our left, well, that's where a lot of the bikes are parked at.
So we've arrived at what will hopefully be your final destination on this kind of junket. If this ever happens to you, this is the city impound lot, the motorcycle impound lot. And we'll got some more money to add to the kitty, 120 baht from the motor taxi to get from the police station on Soi 9 up to here. So now we're up to 700, 120 plus the other motor taxi was 80, that's 200, and then 500 for the fee or the fine. So we'll see what we have to pay here, but it's going to be, I know already, after you present your paper that you've got from the police station, it's going to be another 200 baht. I think that's for the impound fee. So altogether, 900 baht for this little adventure if you get your bike impounded. That's a pretty sizable amount. I mean, that's what I was going to use to eat today. I was going to have maybe a nice Italian meal, spaghetti bolognese, maybe a bottle of wine. Won't be any of that. It won't be any of that.
So, all right, a little bit of a setback. I didn't mind so much, but I think Lon was really down in the dumps with this, the whole 900 baht little junket there. But I don't know. I thought, let's go get a nice little cheap lunch here. And 50 or 60 baht right here in front of the Pattaya Market, one of my favorites, the red roast pork, the pork stuffed wontons. I love that. But while we were here, I received a phone call from a friend, and I think this phone call would definitely cheer us both up. It involved a dinner, and we had no plans at this point.
So earlier, of course, I wasn't feeling all that great. Big lot of money gone for the impoundment. Believe it or not, as I was filming that segment, my buddy called me and said, hey, at my restaurant here, I'm trying out 8 new dishes. Why don't you come and see how they are? Why don't you give me your opinion on these 8 new dishes? I said, well, gee, yeah, that sounds like the thing. So we might have had a little light lunch, but this should be fantastic. So back here at Harlan's, we'll see what he's prepared tonight, the 8 new dishes.
Iberico chorizo manchero, beetroot hummus with Moroccan meatballs, Asian style salmon sashimi, you tried, smoked salmon cone, burrata cheese, crab cake, you know. We have the slope.
So we've been here before, of course. I just had my birthday celebration here, big birthday dinner here. But the prospect of all new dishes, a new menu creations by the one and only, well, that put a smile on our faces. So they didn't waste any time and started whipping it all up.
Wow, it turned out to be a rainy night, a little bit of a rainy night, but I tell you, I just had one of the best plates I've ever had in here. I've had some very good plates in here, but tonight, I think he's outdone himself. But we started off with a beetroot hummus with Moroccan meatballs. There's another appetizer, a Mexican queso, melted cheese with chorizo sausage, with the fresh cooked nacho chips. All very good, all very good. The beer battered fish in the sauce, wow. That was outstanding as well. I could eat that. Now, the table shared all these. Each dish the table shared, so I just got a taste of each one. But I could eat that whole thing in about a minute flat. That was great. Then the Argentina beef. The Argentine beef, very well presented. But the short ribs, that was the final plate, the short ribs. Wow, I've never had anything quite like that. Great big, when you hear ribs, there's no bone. It's just meat. And it just melted in your mouth. It falls right off the fork. It was fantastic. Next level. So I told him, I said, I don't think I've ever had, I think that's the best plate I've had in here, and I've had a lot of plates, and they're all good, but that one, wow. So that's part of the new menu, and he's going to be changing it up like that, but it wasn't quite 8 dishes. I think that a couple of them weren't quite ready yet, but there's a handful of them. So that's what you have to look forward to if you want to come. I highly recommend those short ribs. So Harlan, you did it again. You know, I was feeling a little bit down with the whole, motorcycle that got impounded and everything. He happened to call right at the right time and invite me here for this tasting of the new entrees. The one I really liked the most has got to be that short rib dish.
Delicious.
It just melts in your mouth. So what do you have? So when people come here, what can they expect?
So I got rid of my current a la carte menu. I did 16 dishes today. You can see it's like at Michelin 2-star quality in a very cool environment.
Cool.
And it has that's my concept now. I'm gonna have about 20 dishes on the menu. I'll change it quite often. I'm gonna lose a lot of the things that I did before because I know everyone wants something different. If you wanna have a really good experience, I have 3 courses at $1,280.
That's the one I think is a value. That's a value.
To be honest with you, the menu is priced very, very comfortable for everyone.
Yeah.
So don't think that you're coming, with a celebrity chef who's cooked for all the billionaires all his life and you're going to come here and be broke. You're not, because this is not a job for me. It's not a business. It's not a job. It's my passion. It's my love. I'm 62 years old, and this keeps me out of trouble.
He told me I could invite another couple so we could have more dishes and stuff. The Thai lady that's with us, she said about you? She said, I don't think he's happy unless he's back there cooking. I said, yeah, that's just an observation from a neutral person. And that's the truth. I don't think he's happy unless he's back there with the pans and the...
Lucas, I couldn't cook in Hong Kong. I had 12 operations, 680 staff. I was the mentor of creating the dishes and doing the cure. I couldn't cook. So when I retired like 8 years ago and I came here and I said, 6 months later I was bored and I opened Comfort, and then COVID came and then I opened again, and the whole entire team came back. So that is a sediment. I know a lot of people thinks that I was cuckoo. I was. I'll tell you, I'm sorry to all of you if I gave you a hard time. Thank you so much for everyone's listening, and by the way, I love your voice.
Cool, man.
Route 66.
We'll have to do one for you.
I listen to it all the time and I love it. It's a highlight.
All right, so come see Harlan. The 8 new dishes are great, and I'm sure you're going to love it. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Harlan's referring to hearing a radio spot that I cut for my friend out at the Route 66 Diner. Plays on local radio here. That's what that was all about. But what a fabulous evening, and even more than that, what a happy ending to an otherwise sore subject of the bike impounding. But I hope that information helps somebody in case it ever happens to you. Maybe at least know what to do. But I guess be on the lookout for those parking signs or no parking signs. Anyway, something else right here from Pattaya next time. But for this one, gotta go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.